Now, Fox News has just admitted that Tucker Carlson is fake news. And not only is he fake news, but because he is fake news, he can't defame anybody. You think I'm joking? Watch this video. Hey, what's going on? My name is Nate. Welcome to the Brody's Bunch, where you are the jury of today's content. Now, if it's your first time here, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear. So, for those of you who don't know, Tucker Carlson Tonight is a Fox News opinion show. Now, on the show, Tucker Carlson says some crazy things all the time, and generally it's to foster debate. But on December 10th, 2018, Tucker defamed a woman named Karen Mcdougal. Who is Karen Mcdougal? Well, Karen Mcdougal was the Playboy Playmate of the Year in 1998. And she's really famous because she had an affair with Donald Trump while he was married. Now, the National Enquirer was going around buying stories that may hurt then candidate Donald Trump during his run for presidency. Now, Trump and company approached Mcdougal to buy her story and bury it. She was paid $150,000 to keep quiet. But the key point here is Mcdougal never approached Trump. Now, those are the facts. Those are the undisputed facts. Now, we're going to play a game. Usually I have you play the jury, but today you're not going to play jury. You're going to play reasonable person. You're going to hear the statements, and you're going to determine if Tucker Carlson is claiming that Mcdougal committed extortion. Now, I'm assuming that you are a reasonable person. In the lawsuit, Tucker Carlson and Fox News admitted that this segment was talking about Karen Mcdougal. So if you don't hear him say Karen Mcdougal did it, it's fine. They admitted that, yes, he was talking directly about her. Plaintiff Ms. Mcdougal asserts, and Fox News does not dispute, that she is one of the two women to whom Carlson is referring to in his remarks, despite never mentioning her name. The question that I want you to think about while you're watching this clip, remember, you're a reasonable person, is Tucker Carlson saying that Mcdougal illegally obtained money by threatening to reveal damaging information and holding it hostage? Now, again, you have to go into this understanding that Fox News has admitted that Tucker Carlson is talking about Karen Mcdougal. They admitted that's a fact. So now just listen to the clip, and it's Tucker Carlson claiming that this woman has committed a crime.
Remember the facts of the story. These are undisputed. Two women approached Donald Trump and threatened to ruin his career and humiliate his family if he doesn't give them money. Now that sounds like a classic case of extortion. Yet for whatever reason, Trump caves to it, and he directs Michael Cohen to pay the ransom.
Well, first of all, we don't know that there was actual extortion here. We know that a payment was made. There was a catch and kill deal with the National Enquirer. Whether or not it was extortion, that hasn't been proven yet, nor has it even really been alleged in many cases.
Well, I'm alleging.
Hold on.
Let me just stop and say I'm alleging it because it's obvious. You're not going to pay $100,000 or $150,000 or $200,000 to someone unless there's a threat to you and your reputation. This is extortion. Now, I don't know why it's not being prosecuted. I don't know why Trump isn't defending himself on those grounds. I would, but it clearly is extortion.
Well, so what did you hear? These are undisputed facts, right? So it's not like he's saying these are my opinion. These are facts. This is obvious. This is extortion, right? I don't know why she's not being prosecuted, right? So it's very clear what he's saying. Is there any ambiguity to it, right? Even a person he brought on to argue with him said, well, hold on, they haven't proven anything yet. They're not even alleging that. He says, no. This is extortion. It's obvious. It's clear. He's using all those words. Undisputed facts. How did you come out as a reasonable person? Is Tucker accusing Karen Mcdougal of extortion? Or are you a reasonable person? I have to come clean. None of the facts that Tucker actually mentioned are true. And Fox News admits it. Now, he claimed that she's a criminal. She's extorting the president. Now, in the legal community, this is known as defamation per se, right? Accusing someone falsely of being a criminal or committing criminal activity, right? She's committing extortion. And she's sued for defamation per se. Now, Fox News admitted in the court documents that Karen was defamed. They also didn't object to her theory of defamation per se. Yeah, he said it. Yeah, she said she was a criminal. Fox News does not challenge the plaintiff's defamation per se theory. And you got to remember this. Tucker Carlson admitted on air that the statements were factual, right? Undisputed.
Remember the facts of the story. These are undisputed.
Undisputed facts. So What did Fox News argue? He said it was defamatory, but Fox News argued that no reasonable viewer would believe Tucker. You think I'm joking? No, I'm not joking. Here's from Fox's motion to dismiss. No reasonable viewer could understand Carlson to be saying that the plaintiff illegally obtained money after capturing a personal property and holding them hostage.
Remember the facts of the story. These are undisputed. Two women approached Donald Trump and threatened to ruin his career and humiliate his family if he doesn't give them money.
A reasonable viewer would not understand Carlson to be saying that the plaintiff literally confronted Trump and sought to engage in a criminal act, as opposed to extorting money in the colloquial sense that we all know. Except he said, why is she being prosecuted?
This is extortion. Now, I don't know why it's not being prosecuted. I don't know why Trump isn't defending himself on those grounds. I would, but it clearly is extortion.
Well, let's continue on. You thought those were it? No, we have more. A reasonable person watching a talk show program whose mission is to challenge political correctness and media bias would not conclude that plaintiff had actually committed a crime of extortion based on the statements at issue here.
This is extortion. Now, I don't know why it's not being prosecuted. I don't know why Trump isn't defending himself on those grounds. I would, but it clearly is extortion.
Well,
did you believe he was saying she actually committed a crime by the statements that he said? You're being unreasonable. And just so we all know, the court agreed with Fox News. See, the court essentially agrees that Tucker Carlson is like a clown or a comedian, right? No reasonable person would take the claims of a comedian or a clown performing on stage seriously, right?
And I tell you something else. I do not believe Winston Churchill would eat a Wiener Schnitzel. There's nothing those Madison Avenue grave robbers won't do to get us to buy their crap. Impeach Churchill!
It's entertainment, not news. So earlier, for those of you who believe Tucker's claims of undisputed facts, this is obvious, this is clearly extortion, why isn't she being prosecuted? The court says you're not being reasonable. If you're watching that show and believe that that person is giving you facts, you're not being reasonable, because he's not. He's giving you fake news. And simply put, why can't Tucker be sued for defamation? Because as Fox News and the court essentially claims, is that Tucker is fake news, and that no reasonable person would believe fake news. So Ms. McDougal's defamation claim was dismissed. No reasonable person would believe anything that's coming out his mouth. He's a clown up there. He's a comedian. Why are you believing him? Is that what you got? How many of you who watch Tucker's show believe him? Court says no reasonable person would.
Stop and say, I'm alleging it because it's obvious. You're not going to pay $100,000 or $150,000 or $200,000 to someone unless there's a threat to you and your reputation. This is extortion. Now, I don't know why it's not being prosecuted. I don't know why Trump isn't defending himself on those grounds. I would, but it clearly is extortion.
Well, are you a reasonable person? Now, for those of you on the left, this is the same for Rachel Maddows too. Her show is a opinion show, and it's the same thing. No reasonable person would believe that show. So at the end of the day, are you a reasonable person? When you saw these clips, did you think Tucker was accusing McDougal of a crime? Tucker did say it was obvious. It was clear. Why is she not being prosecuted? Now, if you made it to this part of the video and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. Join me on this journey to 100,000. My name is Nate, lawyer, YouTuber. I'm out of here. Peace.